We're in the building, the Uncensored Truth podcast. We got a lot to talk about. There's some drama going on in the building right now.
Yes.
Let's get it cooking.
Yeah,
you hear the music. Jason, shout out to the Bull. Viral Hip Hop News official song coming out soon. But yeah, oh God.
Yes,
Let's get to work, man.
We're going to get right to it, man. Well, apparently today, right, Floyd Mayweather and his entourage was driving through Atlanta, and a group of people or a shooter actually opened fire on him, and Floyd Mayweather's bodyguard was actually hit. So I'm going to play the police deputy down there's audio right now, and then we'll have some commentary right after this.
Before we get started, make sure y'all go top, hit that like button.
Yes.
We are in the building. Let's go.
April 9th, shortly after 2 a.m., Atlanta police officers responded to the intersection of Peachtree Road and Highland Drive. Upon arrival, they were advised by witnesses on the scene that they had seen two vehicles. One vehicle actually shot at the other vehicle, and both vehicles fled the scene at that point. A short time later, we were able to locate the victim at Grady Hospital, who advised that he was pulling to the intersection of Peachtree Road and Highland Drive, where he heard multiple gunshots. At that point, he left the intersection at a high rate of speed, and he believed at that point that the suspect vehicle was following them. After driving a short distance, he felt that he was able to lose the suspect and relocated to Grady Hospital, where the victim received help for his injuries. At the time of the incident, there were three vehicles traveling through the intersection. The victim's vehicle that actually received the gunfire, as well as two additional SUVs.
And was Floyd Mayweather in any of those SUVs or in the SUV that was shot?
We do believe that Mr. Mayweather was in one of the additional SUVs. He was not in the vehicle that received fire. The victim in this case is going to be a Mr. Gregory LaRosa.
What was the victim shot?
The victim was shot in the lower leg. We believe he's in good condition. He was discharged from the hospital around 5:30 this morning.
So do you think this was somebody who targeted this entourage? Were they targeting Mr. Mayweather, or can you tell you?
Based off the actions by the shooter, we believe that he was familiar with the entourage or the group of vehicles that he targeted. The specific person in that entourage or in the group of vehicles, we haven't been able to determine.
Shit. Okay. I mean, you want to go? You want me to go?
Go ahead, brother. Take that away.
All right. So, I mean, first off, thank God nobody was killed. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's some real live shit going on right there in Atlanta, Georgia. Not is it Atlanta or just Georgia? Where was it at?
In Atlanta.
Okay. It was in Atlanta. Yeah, that was been confirmed. It was in Atlanta. Crazy situation. I mean, we haven't seen a situation like that since, I mean, well, the Young Dolph, outside of the Young Dolph situation, Biggie and Pac, you know what I mean? It's set up like that where it's an ambush.
Right.
To where somebody was trying to take him out. Now, the cop alluded to, the detective alluded to, they didn't know who was being set up at the time, but it's obvious. Of course, being set up at the time. That was obvious a hit on Floyd. Why do you think that is, though? What do you think the stipulation? Do you think it's a jealousy thing? Do you think it's somebody out there just trying to target Floyd Mayweather? Do you think it's somebody, a disgruntled employee? Do you think it's something personal? What do you think is going on with that?
Man, who knows, man? I mean, at this point, it's just, you know, I'm thinking he rolling with, you know, at one point he was rolling with 50 Cent. Yeah. That they were, you know, have some bulletproof stuff. But they also insinuated that nobody returned fire back at him. So, you know, obviously that he should definitely have armed people on him. So we know that T.I.'s best friend was hit and killed, I think in Cincinnati a long time ago, what prompted him to carry guns. So we always talk about, you know, these rappers and celebrities carrying guns, and we get on them about it. But you see stuff like this happening, right? You know, what do you think about that whole dynamic, man?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, first off, we know the laws in Georgia you're allowed to carry out there, obviously. Why wasn't there shots fired back? I mean, you got to obviously protect life. You his bodyguards for a reason. Right. Why you ain't out there protecting and doing your job at the end of the day? Somebody needed to be busting back. I mean, maybe they just got caught by surprise. We weren't in that situation. We don't know how they're trained tactically, you know what I mean, to deal with a ambush situation like that. But at the end of the day, like, we can only think nobody got hurt. Like you said, he used to deal with 50. You know, at the end of the day, he's about to start getting some bulletproof shit and start Tefloning his stuff and getting it all geared out and right. Thank God nobody was hurt, like we said, man.
You make yourself a target simply, you know, just a nut trying to either rob you or just trying to make a name for himself for doing something stupid, or somebody having some type of serious, you know, beef. They might just hate him just because he's cocky. It's just crazy stuff like that out there.
So
man.
With that said, do you think that Floyd Mayweather is to blame for some of this because of the way he flaunts his stuff and the way that he flaunts his bread talk? Do you think that he's to blame for the situation?
Nah, man. I mean, he don't deserve to be shot.
Nah,
you know
hell no.
You know, you just got to move a little bit better. You got to move smart. But there's nothing you could do about somebody you driving and somebody plotting, they just running up and shoot you.
That's
You
insane,
know what I mean?
man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's crazy. I mean, more will come out with that story. That's definitely to come. at the end of the day, like I said, thank God nobody was hurt in that situation.
Right.
He was supposed to have a fight. We all heard about the situation. They were supposed to have a fight going on with him in the MMA. Let's talk about that a little bit. What do you think about Floyd in the MMA? Do you think that would have worked? Obviously, it was going to be a fight between him and Conor McGregor. That looks like a shot in the dark, given the things that happened this weekend with Conor at the end of the day. But what do you think about Floyd in the MMA?
I think the same thing will happen like when McGregor got into the boxing ring. Like you see the same type of dynamic. That's like, this is not your arena, dude. You know what I mean? And you might get fucked up in the MMA ring.
Word. You know what? Somebody just brought up a good comment. I don't know who said that. Shout out, but I want to read that real quick. They said Conor McGregor too. That might have been a reason why he got shot up. And they said he got too close to Tiny in Atlanta. Do you think that T.I. had something to do with this?
Oh, I would never, nah, no way.
Nah, and I don't think so either. It was it was definitely a good topic, a good comment. Shout out to that one. I had to get that one as I saw.
So you got close to her again.
Apparently. Okay. I mean, if anybody knows what's going on with Floyd and Tiny, let us know. And do you think that's a situation with him in Georgia? Because that is T.I.'s stopping ground. We're going to talk about T.I. in a minute because we all know he is fired up.